love it when shit like this happens. I knew it was gonna happen too. It's gonna happen. Eventually they're gonna run out of fucking shit, and they're not gonna be able to record wrestling, which I thought was gonna take a couple of weeks, but I think maybe episode 171 will probably be when we do stuff like this. The Performance Center with a bunch of laughing cats.
Yeah, baby.
So we now officially on
I do believe YouTube is up and ready to roll here.
Fantastic. So we can get the actual professional introduction to the podcast.
Yeah. We have a professional one.
Yes. Welcome to episode 169 of the Every March podcast.
I'm Jay.
And I am the Brainless One.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's bizarre land in professional wrestling right now.
And this is like the, what is this, the fourth year in a row that we've been doing like the road to WrestleMania on the podcast and everything, and we always get excited about this time of year. I mean, for me, like next Sunday would be one of my multiple Christmas mornings, as I consider St. Patty's Day, the first day of the NFL draft, the first Sunday of the NFL season, opening day of Major League Baseball, all those literally like my Christmas mornings, and every single one of them just keeps getting plowed through by the fucking coronavirus.
Yeah.
I keep my fingers crossed it'll be gone by September so I can watch the Giants lose and finish 5-11 this year. But it's just, I haven't been this unexcited about anything wrestling related ever. Probably since, all right, maybe that's a little extreme. Probably, yes, fuck the Giants, okay, thank you. I would say I haven't been this unexcited about wrestling since the time I took my couple-year hiatus after WrestleMania 17, 19 years ago, when Austin and McMahon joined forces and everything like that. So that was the last time I haven't been this excited for anything. The fact that I was supposed to go next weekend, and I was supposed to be there and be part of all that spectacle and everything, and now, oh God, you're an Eagles fan? Really?
Sad.
You know what? The best part about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl? That was just living proof that even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
But not the Jets.
Well, not the Jets. I mean, the Jets had their blind squirrel finds a nut 51 years ago. So, I mean, and it's funny because one of our friends, Big C, he's a huge Eagles fan, and I give him so much shit for being an Eagles fan, and it's just, it's playful banter and everything like that. I have no ill will really towards any other franchise except for maybe the Dallas Cowboys, because fuck the Cowboys, they're like the scum on the bottom of your shoe. I take the shit that I've had more talent than some of these Cowboys teams over the last couple of decades.
Yeah?
But it's just crazy with everything going on because this coronavirus is just it's insane. It really is insane. I mean, the fact is that Donald Trump is here in our backyard in Norfolk, Virginia right now, and he basically, as he said, he quote unquote kissed the ship goodbye as it took off. I'd like to see him try. There's no fucking way. I would also laugh if he actually caught coronavirus that way too. And I've actually been joking. Like, there's some shit like Donald Trump doesn't want to shut down the country. Yeah, you probably get sick in Norfolk while we're here.
Well, and speaking of the coronavirus, it caused a whole rash of changes to the WrestleMania card this week. Some of which, are health related, some of it's age related, and some of it is guys got injured.
And like a bunch of people have already, before like this whole thing has become what it has become, have already said, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm going to self-quarantine myself and not even risk catching the virus. Carmella was one person, because I know we were talking about the six-pack challenge, I think it was last week, where we're like, why the fuck is Carmella not in it? Come to find out, her and Corey Graves were like, I'm not catching this virus, so they stayed away. So, I think at some point that this has the capability of being the worst WrestleMania ever, and it's a shame because the card looks fantastic. Considering people are dropping out due to injuries and due to this virus and everything, the card looks, I mean, there's still a lot of matches I'm really intrigued by. But a lot of these matches are going to kind of fall on quote-unquote deaf ears because there's not going to be 70 to 80,000 people screaming at them as these matches are going on. Yes, I'm really excited about the Edge Randy Orton match because Edge is getting back in the ring at WrestleMania for the first time in 9 years. But it would be so much better when you have 70 or 80,000 people. I should have been home fucking screaming as Edge makes his way to the ring for the first time in a one-on-one match since 2011 at WrestleMania
against Alberto Del Rio, where he defended the World Heavyweight title.
But you already knew that.
Yeah.
But it's just I still think card-wise this main event has the capability of being something. It can't be any worse of a card than either WrestleMania 9 or WrestleMania 11, which I was actually at WrestleMania 11 in case you didn't know. I just
well, the thing is, like watching it right now, I feel like we just keep on watching practice.
Yeah.
Not a game here. We're talking about practice.
You're doing Virginia's own. But
no, it's one of those things where like the fans don't completely make the show, but they kind of make the show. Even when you get in there and you're if you go to an independent show, part of the fun of that is seeing the wrestling fans and kind of people watching it, or hearing the roar of the crowd when you're talking about a WWE event. It's like there's going to be none of that. I don't know what they're going to do for ambience. Like I've heard supposedly they're going to have like an enclosed studio for AJ Styles versus Undertaker, almost like a graveyard for the Boneyard match.
Agreed.
So Eric, thanks for tuning in, man. But it feels so weird, and I'm sure that they could gimmick up some stuff to make it a little bit more fun and feel a little bit more like spectacle. But they can't do much. I mean, unless they still had the broken Matt Hardy, and they could do something at the Hardy compound that was just absolutely insane. I don't know what we're going to get or what they're going to do about it.
I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, it's not like they're going to be able to hype in John Cena sucks as his music's playing. It's like, you can't do that. I mean, you try to drive it out in the first place, but you can't do it anyway. You're not, I mean, you'd have to really hit it timing-wise perfectly, and I know for the fact that the man who's in charge of production, I have zero faith in that man. That's going to be definitely, we talked about this last week too, that's going to be the one highlight of the fact that there's no fans in attendance for WrestleMania, so that buck-tooth beaver damn fucking dickhead Kevin Dunn can't just pan out the crowd. Because there's not going to be anybody there for him to do it.
Right.
Although if it was actually, and actually Tampa Bay still, and I was actually going, there would have been a good chance that I could have been the guy that he zoomed in on.
Right?
But like the whole thing, because people are talking about like the electricity in the air when like when the fans come down.
Well, think about The Rock and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. My God. Like even Jerry the King Lawler, who had seen and done everything at that point, is like, I've never heard anything like this in my life. I mean, and that, like, I thought the match, like, for Hogan's standards was like a classic. Like he took like it might be the second most wrestling moves I've ever seen him in a match. That wasn't against the Great Muta. Like besides the one against the Great Muta.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
I actually want to talk about that because it did come up this week too.
The person asked about CM Punk, and we'll get into that in a bit.
Yes. And people on Facebook, just in case you weren't here for the introductions, it's an open forum today, so anything you want to discuss wrestling related, feel free to put it out there, and we will discuss anything and everything that you want to talk about.
But we're going to talk some of the changes to WrestleMania. One of the changes that happened last night is we found out that there is going to be a gimmick match for The Fiend versus John Cena, and it's called the Firefly Funhouse match, which who the hell knows what this is going to be, but maybe they're going to come up with something unique here. As long as there aren't bugs in the ring, then I think we're good.
Do you think that Sister Abigail finally comes out?
I'm going to say no, just based off the fact that coronavirus is a thing. and they're trying to limit the amount of people, like, literally with a lot of these shoots, it's like, they probably have a camera person, or, I mean, hell, they might even just have robotic cameras in the arena, the two performers, and a referee.
Well, I know that a lot of, because, last night they did SmackDown, and one match they did was they were planning on doing, it would be the New Day versus, God damn it, I'm not drinking, so.
You're drinking that, buddy.
But one match they had last night was the New Day versus the Usos for #1 contender's shot at SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, and it ended up in a no contest. And so they decided to make it a triple threat match. So obviously there's going to be 7 people in the ringside area for that. So I mean, what's one more person for?
Well, the rumor has it that Miz is not going to be able to perform at WrestleMania because he's not feeling well, and supposedly they're going to have John Morrison against one of the Usos in a ladder match instead. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Lots of things dropping. So whether or not we're going to get the Usos and Miz Morrison and New Day and
Probably SummerSlam.
who knows?
Somebody on Twitter had, or Periscope, whatever you want to call it, I asked what this was when we were doing with Burke. I think that would be, that's yours.
All right.
It's your gimmick thing. So.
It is my gimmick. All right, so usually when we do the podcast, we're drinking 45. I have, for fasting for the kind of Lent season, although I'm not Catholic, I'm a Christian fellow, I decided I was giving up alcohol and caffeine for this period of time, but usually we're drinking 40 to 45, which makes us burp a lot.
Yes.
Well, there was a show back in the day called Three Sheets. In Three Sheets was this guy, Zane Lamprey, going around the world and drinking. Well, anytime, I think it was the episode where he was in Germany, and he burped, and then this dude next to him goes like this. And they found out through research that it meant good burp. Well, from then on in the show, whenever he did this, whoever was the last to do this, that meant they had to drink. So that is where that whole thing came from.
And it's funny because, like, you brought that to me and thought that
What's up, Justin?
I thought that was I thought it was an interesting thing, so we kind of implemented it in the podcast. And now to a point, like, even if I'm at somebody's house, or if I'm at the bar, and if I'm by myself drinking, I find myself just doing this, like after I burp, I'm like, I'm the only one here, so I guess I got a drink, and then, that type of thing. And people just look at me weird because I'm like, they're like, why are you doing what you're doing? And I'm like, ugh.
So yes, Eric, we are not, I guess, appropriately socially distanced, but I mean, hell man, my cousin here lives in the same house as me. Neither of us have any signs of anything, so we're good. I'm working from home. I'm barely going out, so.
I'm not going to go into detail about what I do for work. Yeah? Top secret, confidential.
He can tell you, but then he'd have to kill you.
And I don't feel like killing anybody, so.
Yeah. Alright, so Firefly Funhouse match, I have no fucking idea what this is, but hopefully they come up with something good. So, hopefully it's in, I'd love it if they, like, had it as like a set of the Firefly Funhouse, and they just beat the hell out of each other with, like, the rabbit and other things like that.
Oh, I'm not a hitman. Do I look like Bret Hart to you? I mean, I am kind of crotchety and old at this point, but like, I'm not like Bret Hart old, so.
Yeah, Justin, WrestleMania almost here, man. It's a weird time, man. I'm not that hyped for this show. I'm hyped for some of the matches, but I'm like we were kind of discussing before, it feels like we're watching practice, man. So, I don't know. Like, we're certainly going to watch the show. I'm glad that we're not going to have, 6 hours of empty arena matches in one day. We're going to have it spread out over 2 days. So,
hold on. Did you say I look like Kevin Owens? Is that what I just read?
I hope so. I hope so. That would be the greatest thing ever. Greatest thing ever. So, Anyway,
I hope that's not the case. I hope I don't look like Kevin Owens. I don't look like Kevin Owens. Do I look like Kevin Owens?
sometimes you do.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
I have to jump off that fucking roof now.
Yeah. All right. So, a non-WrestleMania related topic. Brody Lee had a promo that he cut on AEW Dynamite this week. And apparently, like everything in the promo was a rib on Vince McMahon. And apparently, folks in WWE were not too happy. And you know what? It's all right. Brody Lee going like this to Vince McMahon, good. Because like that man was one of those wasted, underutilized talents that they had for years. And like, he did an interview with Jericho. Jericho more or less was like, hey, what's going on there? He's like, look, I was a guy from New York State. And whenever Vince saw me, he just saw somebody with a southern drawl and just couldn't get beyond that I was some hillbilly. He's like, I wanted to be a smart, like monster character, more or less what they ended up doing with Rowan later, where he was the smart monster. And it's like, but he had all sorts of ideas. They wouldn't let him do stuff. So like when he did his promos this week, good for him for ripping Vince McMahon, having the person sneeze, getting mad because somebody ate before him, all that crap. It's like going, that's weird that somebody does that to you. Weird. So out of touch and crazy, Vince McMahon. Gotta love it.
Yep.
So
I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think that it's like, what are you going to do? It's like, dude doesn't even work for you anymore. It's not like you're going to bring him back at some point. That guy's 40. He's basically going to be in AEW until he's basically going to retire at AEW.
Right.
And it's not like AEW's going anywhere anytime soon. I hate to break it to you. The fact is that AEW has been kicking NXT's ass all but like 1 or 2 weeks this entire thing. I think they had like 2 weeks AEW.
And that's when they had WWE people.
And that was when they had like Becky Lynch on the fucking show and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then there was the 1 week they tied.
But the crazy thing though is, in general, the ratings have not like gone down that much. I mean, a lot of people actually are staying home and have not much to watch on TV. And wrestling is the closest thing they have to a sporting-related event.
I mean, I know they're doing the simulated indie shit, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't watch it when it's live. I want to make you think I'm going to watch a simulation of race cars going around in circles 200 times. I can't bet on it. I'm not interested.
Tony Brown Snow, Omega you, and he also said, oh my God, he does look like Owens. Yeah.
Well.
So yeah, that was a fun little thing on AEW this week.
I'm just out of curiosity, we still have a good or bad brainless this week?
I have a very interesting take on my good, bad, brainless this week.
I had to ask because I usually ask before the show, but I wasn't sure, and I'm like, I do have a good. I have a really good too.
Okay.
I feel really good about that, and I have a tremendous fucking brainless too.
I am very proud of what I have for my good, bad, and brainless this week.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. I'm still like tossing in my non-existent brain.
So you guys out there, you come up with your good, bad, and brainless for later in the show too.
Since we're on the topic of WrestleMania and everything, I wanted to have a little bit of fun with this. Because the fact that next week is, WrestleMania weekend, we got Rob Gronkowski and everything, which has been, he's been the number 2 guy that I've been clamoring and, stomping and shouting to the freaking hilltops that Rob Gronkowski should be a WWE superstar. He would be perfect. And I know you agree with me on that. And another former Patriot has been the number 1 guy that I have been clamoring for to be a WWE superstar. He's even better than Rob Gronkowski. And that's Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow would be a fucking star walking in that fucking goddamn door. Because he would be booed to shit too. And he would be perfect because all he has to beat is himself. And people would just boo the shit out of him because he's Tim Tebow. And he would be that guy that could have replaced John Cena, but instead he wants to play minor league baseball, which is fine. Once they get fucking baseball going, I'm going to see the Syracuse, whatever the fuck they are, play against the North Tigers. And I want to see Tim Tebow because at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of Tebow and everything. But
the Brainless Captain Cupcakes. So donate Brown Snow has called you. Yeah.
Anyway, So we've had 35 WrestleManias.
We have.
Before next weekend. 35 of them. We've had some really epic ones. We've had some really trash ones. I mean, fuck, I was at one of the trashiest WrestleManias they ever had. When I say to you, WrestleMania, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
It's WrestleMania 3. It's Hogan versus the Giant. I mean, like, and not just the body slam. Literally, the two of them just, like, Andre just standing there stoic and Hogan, like, losing his mind. Just the stare down that they had.
The opening stare, yeah.
And like, Andre's like, yeah, come at me, bro, whatever. You ain't got nothing.
I think it wasn't it Gorilla Monsoon that said it's the unstoppable force?
The irresistible force meets the immovable object.
Gorilla Monsoon, the greatest. I don't care what anybody says. I love JR. I put Gorilla Monsoon a notch ahead of him. Just barely a notch ahead of him. It's Gorilla, then it's JR. I would say Vince is third, and then everybody else. And that's not a shot at, like, what Tony Schiavone meant and everything like that, but I'm sorry, you can't, that's a class right there that you can't.
Are you going play-by-play guys?
Play-by-play guys. But the core analyst is Bobby Heenan and nobody else. End of discussion. Bobby Heenan was light years ahead of everybody. Bobby Heenan is the greatest wrestling character, mind, whatever you want to call him, in the history of professional wrestling. Do not change my mind. You can't change my mind.
Because you don't have one.
I mean, for Christ's sake, I came up with my name moniker after Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Think about that. I paid homage to Bobby Heenan. I'm probably, when this whole coronavirus thing is over, I'm probably going to get a Bobby Heenan tattoo somewhere on me.
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, like color commentary, it's like Heenan. After that, like, I'd probably go with King, Jesse Ventura.
Ventura was a good one.
Ventura. And I actually still love Corey Graves. I know some people have said I enjoy him a hell of a lot. I mean, current times, like, play-by-play, Mauro Ranallo is great.
Yeah,
I love that dude.
But he's not, I mean, it's just doing what Gorilla and JR have done. I mean, nothing against Mauro, because he gets me hyped. Mauro is like the Gus Johnson of wrestling announcers.
And I brought this up before on the podcast. I did not like Mauro Ranallo on SmackDown. And it wasn't because I didn't think he was a good play-by-play guy. I just thought his excitement was well above what the excitement of the crowd was, the excitement of the atmosphere. Whereas when they're at Full Sail University, Mauro fits right in. The amount of energy he has is the same energy the crowd has, and it's fantastic. So,
to go back to what I agree, 100% I agree on that. To go back to what I said about, like the first thing I think of when I'm talking WrestleMania, it's exactly what you said. If you think about it, I mean, you could poll any wrestling fan. And you're going to ask, and I bet you any amount of money that more than half, a majority of those people, who you ask what, when they hear WrestleMania, what's the first thing that pops up? I mean, in some kind of, it's either WrestleMania 3, Hogan Giant, the body slam, the stare down, any of that stuff, it's going to come out of their mouths. A lot of people, like a lot of the younger generation of wrestling fans, the guys, like people like Jeff, who are a little bit younger than us, who weren't around when the atmosphere, when the excitement of Hogan and Andre happened when it happened.
Well, they don't remember WrestleMania 17. They remember the TLC match.
And a lot of people, and that's another thing, because I've been noticing a lot, like, because with all the wrestling, like with WrestleMania season, all the stuff is just WrestleMania. And I love talking about WrestleMania, because I've seen basically every single WrestleMania that's ever been made. I've seen a lot of them multiple times. I've watched WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 7, WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 14, WrestleMania 13, WrestleMania 30, 28. I've watched all of those like multiple times. I mean, for crying out loud, I can tell you that the first ever match at WrestleMania was Tito Santana versus the Executioner. Not too many people know that.
The ones that I watched probably the most were 2 and 3 when I was growing up, because there was this dude who lived next door, and I would sometimes have to go over to he and his wife's house because he had had a stroke at one point in his life, and they just wanted somebody over the house so she could go out and do some errands, but they wanted somebody that could call 911 in case something happened to him. But all we would do is watch wrestling, and they had a VHS tape recorder, Boozy Bob, and they had WrestleMania 2 and 3. So a lot of times I would put those in, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched WrestleMania 2 and 3. It's ridiculous.
I would say up until the networking came a thing, the WrestleMania that I watched the most, unlike VHS and all that stuff, was WrestleMania 7. That was the first WrestleMania I actually watched as like around the time it came out. Because I remember how it used to be with Blockbuster Video. Really aging myself here. Obviously, I mean, you grew up with Blockbuster. I mean, how we went to the same Blockbuster, crying out loud.
I worked at one point.
Blockbuster used to have all the wrestling pay-per-views used to come out on VHS. And I couldn't wait for WrestleMania 7 to actually come out because that was the first time I actually got to see a WrestleMania right after it happened. Because my parents were very strict about like me waking up, going to bed at a certain time and all that stuff, and they never would get me pay-per-views like that. They wouldn't let me get like WrestleManias if I had it was, especially because WrestleMania was next day was school night. I got so many SummerSlams, I lost count. I've probably seen more SummerSlams live than any other pay-per-view. WrestleMania probably second. I mean, because SummerSlam was right in the middle of summer vacation, so they had no problem. That Survivor Series got a lot of love because it was Thanksgiving night for the most part. But for like WrestleMania 7 really sticks out for me. I mean, it's always going to have a special place in my heart. It wasn't one of the greatest WrestleManias, but it had one of the greatest and not tainted WrestleMania moment by them saying, oh, that's going to be a WrestleMania moment. It had one of the greatest WrestleMania moments. Question for you. In forever. How many elbow drops did Randy Savage hit the Ultimate Warrior with, and he still kicked out? 5. And I know that you've been one of those proponents of, like, the finisher move needs to finish it. It just needs to finish it. I'm one of those ones, like, if you kick out after one, only like WrestleMania, especially like WrestleMania, I have no problem if somebody kicks out after one finisher, and the fact that it took 3 F5s from Brock Lesnar to beat the Undertaker, that's understandable too. This is the fucking Undertaker, he's undefeated. And the fact that the Warrior kicked out after 5 consecutive elbow drops. Did you have a problem with that?
When I was a kid, no.
It was the greatest thing. Because it's like, holy fuck, the Ultimate Warrior kicked out after 5 elbow drops.
Nobody had ever, I mean, Hogan, I think up until that point was the only one who I think had ever kicked out of it at all. So the fact that Warrior kicked out of 5 of them, but the moment was not that. The moment was after the match. Because when Sensational Sherry had been Macho Man's manager for a few years, and Elizabeth had kind of faded into the background, and then they had this shot middle of the match, and you see Miss Elizabeth in the crowd, and Macho Man with Sherry was a good combo. It worked really well. But then at the end of the match, when Sherry is losing her mind on Macho Man, and Wiz hops the guardrail, comes in and throws her down, and then when they hug, even now I'm getting freaking goosebumps.
Because you know what it was? It's because if you think about it, think of how that affected long-term booking for WWE. Because it was Miss Elizabeth coming in there to get Sherry off of Randy Savage, which led to Randy Savage proposing to Elizabeth, no, they're married in real life, and led to the match made in heaven at SummerSlam 1991. And obviously, Hogan was in the main event. Stop worrying about that one. I'm talking about WrestleMania 7. Okay. And if you think about it, Hogan was in the main event of WrestleMania 7 when he fought Sergeant Slaughter, who won the title from the Warrior at the Royal Rumble
because of Macho Man.
because of Randy Savage, and Hogan was basically the American hero going up against the Iraqi sympathizer, which always makes me laugh when 10 years later when they do the gimmick battle royal, and they're like, this guy was an American hero, and I'm like, he turned on the country 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Fun fact about that in a minute. But anyway, Hogan came in there, and I remember he was bleeding, and they put the Iraqi flag on top of Hogan when Slaughter went to pin him, and he kicked out, and he's doing his holding up thing, and he rips up the flag and everything like that, and then he hits, he does his hulking up, and he uses him, and then he freaking punches him, and he hits the ground, and he hits him with the big fucking boot. Off the ropes, drop the leg drop, 1, 2, 3, Hulk Hogan's World Heavyweight Champion. It's not like I've seen it before or anything.
For the 20th time.
For the 8 billionth time.
Yeah.
But it's just, but that also led to long-term booking, because that was when Warrior ended up teaming up with Hogan to be in the match made in Hell, where it was those two versus Sergeant Slaughter, General Edna, and most importantly, and I cannot stress this enough, the goat of the match itself, Colonel Mustafa, a.k.a.
the Iron Sheik,
who should have put Hulk Hogan in the camel clutch, broke his back, made him humble. Fuck the Hulk Hogan!
And another 2 years, he will finally make it to WrestleMania. To the ring.
Hopefully they do that WrestleMania somewhere close so we can go. I'll go to 38. I've already told Nicole that I've officially, thrown out the idea of actually going to WrestleMania, because the last 3 times I wanted to go to WrestleMania, I didn't go for one reason or another, and the fact that the coronavirus put the exclamation point on that, I would go to 38 if it was remotely close.
Yeah. All right, so Andy West saying Jinder Mahal, the next WWE heavyweight, I'm assuming heavyweight champion. Hey, you know what? The dude had his picture taken with the Tiger King, so I think anything is possible.
Not to branch away from professional wrestling, but I mean, if you're a previous fan or watched many episodes of the past, you know for a fact that this Naga here has branched off into so many different things and so many different tangents over the years. But I would like to take a quick moment and say, if you have not seen the Tiger King documentary on Netflix, you are absolutely missing out. I even told my father to watch it.
It is the most messed up thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
It is definitely a train wreck that collides with a dumpster fire in the middle of like Oklahoma, literally. It's got everything. It really has everything to it.
There aren't any good people as far as the main characters. But my God, what a crazy ride. Like, you think professional wrestling's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is crazier than professional wrestling in the three-ring circus.
The Tiger King makes WWE look like Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Think about the most fucked up thing you've seen in professional wrestling. For me, I mean, it's either Katie Vick, it's a combination. Take the Katie Vick storyline, you take the Billy and Chuck storyline, you mash it together with the Big Boss Man taking the Big Show's dad's casket and dragging it off the cemetery site, and Big Josh and a couple of buddies, and you throw in Al Snow's dog getting fed to him in the Kennel from Hell match and all that stuff. That's what Tiger King is. It's all that mashed up into 7 episodes.
And in real life.
And in real life. And am I wrong? And that comparison, I'm pretty spot on. I think I'm pretty spot on that. Vince McMahon couldn't even come up with something like that. That's how good it is. I mean, that's not really saying much. If I was ahead of WWE career, I'd actually come up with something a hell of a lot better than anything that Vince McMahon's ever come up with.
Yeah?
Except for maybe The Undertaker.
Playa.
Yes. There's the dumpster Drosy. He was a garbage man.
He looked like a garbage man.
True or false? Whatever was garbage day at your house in Bristol. Thursday. Let's Thursday, it's the middle of summer, and it's Thursday, you're not at school. You go outside, You and your brother Scotty are having a toss in the front yard, and the garbage man comes pulling down the street. I'm talking about the old school garbage man where it was the truck, and the two guys in the back would get out of the truck, and they would pick up your garbage can and whatever bags you had, and they would throw it in the back of your truck. Now tell me, one of those two guys does not look like Duke Josie?
Probably did, and I'm gonna guess smell like Duke Josie.
I'm just saying, the guy look like a garbage man.
Yeah, that's true, Chris. A flaming bag of dog shit is better than anything that's come up in recent months.
Call the shit poop.
No, but getting back to WrestleMania, like for you said you saw WrestleMania 7 a ton. It was one of the first ones that you saw pretty quickly after. Like me, I saw 2 and 3 pretty quickly after they happened, but the first one I actually saw live as it happened was WrestleMania 5. Where the president, our current president of the United States, hosted his second WrestleMania in a row.
Wait, and you gotta say it right. Our current president and
WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump hosted his second WrestleMania in a row, and I remember a couple of things from that. Mostly the Piper's Pit with Gordon Downey Jr. and Brother Love. Hogan versus Savage and Ultimate Warrior versus Ravish and Rick Rude. Those were the ones that really still stick out for me. There were other fine matches on the card. I want to say, what the heck? Demolition had something in WrestleMania 5. Maybe they won the titles.
I want to say, was it WrestleMania 5 where we got the GOAT, Mr. Perfect, who is the father of Everyone's Hall of Famer, Curtis Axel, went up against a debuting Blue Blazer?
I do believe, well, it wasn't debuting, it was his first WrestleMania.
Blue Blazer, when I say like
both of them were undefeated,
yes.
Actually at the time. But
I believe you are correct, the Blue Blazers WrestleMania debut. I'm sorry. And like, if you think about it, like, think about like WrestleMania and what his meant. You know, WrestleMania 1 was such a spectacle because you had Mr. T teaming up with Hulk Hogan to go up against Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff.
You had Muhammad Ali as a special guest enforcer. You had Liberace there. Back then, those guys were 2 of the biggest deals in the world. I mean, not even just wrestling, the world.
You had Cyndi Lauper, who was in the corner of Wendy Richter.
And it was when she was one of the biggest pop stars in the world.
And it was around the time that Cyndi Lauper did Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which she had Captain Lou Albano in her music video. Excuse me. But it's just like the spectacle of it all and everything. And like it led to Mr. T being in the boxing match with Roddy Piper too. But I don't think that we would be sitting here today on March 28th of 2020 talking about WrestleMania 36 happening next week if it wasn't for the fact that Hulk Hogan body slim giant 33 fucking years ago at the Pontiac Silverdome in front of 93,000.
The Superdome, brother. Oh wait.
It was
93,123, I believe.
I think it's, yeah.
That's the number that they said. Now, Dave Meltzer has had reports over the years. I know you hate Dave Meltzer, but supposedly Dave Meltzer said the actual number was more like around 78,000 that were at the Silverdome. Either way, there was a shit ton of people that were fucking loud at that thing. And I remember WrestleMania 3 for obviously Hogan Giant, Macho Man versus Steamboat, Adrian Adonis versus Piper, and at the time it was supposed to be Piper's retirement match, but it was a hair match, which was the beginning of the gimmick of Bruce Barber beefcake against Barber.
So after him and Greg Valentine had lost earlier in the card in a tag team match, and it was actually Bruce Beefcake. Not only did Bruce Beefcake make a face turn because he was a heel in his match earlier when he came out, just go out there with scissors and start cutting hair and everything. It actually became his new gimmick, Bruce Beefcake, barber, and now he's a Hall of Famer.
So, and the thing with Beefcake, although he ended up going through probably about 6 or 7 gimmicks after that, when he returned to the independent scene, when I saw him in Fall River, Mass, like 2008, 2009, you know what his gimmick was in the Indies? He was a barber.
Yeah.
He came out and he would cut people's hair, like literally, when they would have intermission, you know what Beefcake did? He would sit there and take his shears and he would snip a little hair off of like whoever was there trying to get a picture with him. And you know what? They fucking loved it.
So a lot of
thought
on Facebooks.
Man, didn't the Earth move when the Hulk slammed Andre? Yes, it did. It was a Titanic shift, brother. The ring move.
I could talk so much shit right now, but I'm going to be nice.
Theme song for WrestleMania 36. Sound of Silence, the Disturbed version.
I figured it would be Disturbed Down with the Sickness.
It could be that too.
I mean, Disturbed can make a lot of money off of this WrestleMania.
But,
there's other. Think about all the other WrestleManias over the years, and some of the other great moments. Like we talk about, for me, the greatest match I've ever seen in my entire life was TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17. And for me, part of the reason why that match always sticks out. And I actually just watched that last weekend and everything. Nicole and I actually watched that. She had never seen. I'm pretty sure she had not seen it before. And just to look at how laser focused all 6 wrestlers were in that match were as they were making their way to the ring. Like Bubba Ray and Devon always do like this the thing that they always do, and like Bubba Ray just went, he just beeline for that fucking ring. He was just laser focused. Edge looked laser focused. The Hardy Boys looked, laser focused. Devon was laser focused, and Christian looked like a derp. But I mean, it was just.
Well, the thing is, like they did a lot of spots, like they couldn't even practice because they were so dangerous, and despite like having a few minor hiccups, like it was almost flawless in execution.
Like I said, it's the greatest match. There's nothing you can do right now that's going to top that. It's my favorite match, the greatest match I've ever seen in my entire life.
What's up, man, Seth? Thanks for tuning in.
And you think about the spear. Edge hit Matt Hardy when he jumped off the ladder and Matt Hardy was hanging from where the belts were. And how the fucking crowd went absolutely batshit crazy when he hit that fucking spear, which is the greatest spear that Edge has ever hit. Every spear after that is just kind of going downhill.
All right, so this is me, and this is going to be probably a super unpopular opinion.
Go for it.
I love the spear. You know what I didn't like? When Edge fell to the canvas, and then he came up and made the cartoon goofy face.
I fucking love that.
For me, I'm like going, just lay on the ground. Like literally, whenever I see him, I'm like going, ugh. Just a little bit. I'm like going, you know what? I know it was a big moment, and he's trying to like get his face out there, but I was like going, goofy.
I mean, that's no different than like when a wrestler, takes like when you have wrestlers and they got the two of them are holding chairs, and they hit the guy at the same time. They hit the chair shot, the double chair shot at the same time. And he just kind of just like stumbles around for like 3 or 4 seconds, and then just hits. I have no problem with stuff like that.
Well, and I guess you could call me a hypocrite for this, but I love when Ric Flair did the thing where he like stammered around and then did the flop.
Well, that was part of Ric Flair's gimmick.
And maybe again it comes with that was the age I was at, and when I was a kid, I was just old enough to like kind of understand, and but yeah, for whatever reason, that thing with Edge where he gets up and makes like the wide-eyed face and like flops back, I'm like, thanks, dude.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I lost a hair match too. I shaked myself.
What, Father Time?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to lose mine too, so.
Yeah.
My match about Father Time.
So.
The hair will be probably gone, probably.
Whatever. It is what it is, bro.
At least I don't look like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. So simply brought up because WrestleMania is going to be, empty arena, they're talking about the halftime heat with Mick Foley and The Rock. Now the thing is with that, for that was a novelty. It's like, we've never seen this before. And what made that entertaining as hell? Because you had The Rock, where literally he got on commentary, started commentating on the match while he's beating up Mick Foley. They had the phone ring, so he picks up the phone and he's like,
SmackDown Hotel on the corner of Jabroni Drive and shit, I can't remember.
And then like he had Foley like tied up. Like,
sorry about that. You're looking for Mick. Sorry about that. He's a little tied up, and he ties the corner around.
And then he hits him with the phone. Like that was because of The Rock. They don't have anybody to that level of entertaining. And on top of that, if that lasted 6 hours, yes, that would be a tough watch. Because it lasted like
10, 15 minutes.
It was the perfect amount, and you had the two perfect people for it. Even when TNA did like Kurt Angle versus Sting empty arena match, that was a fun thing because you had two top white entertainers, and it was a novelty. Where this now all of a sudden is the whole thing.
The whole MF show.
Yeah.
It's going to be. I really don't know. I really don't know. And the fact that we have no idea what the fucking card is looking like. We're only going by what the rumors are.
Yeah.
I have tinfoil hat theories of reasons of what they're going to be doing. Like we said, that there's been wrestlers who have been dropping out. The biggest name that has dropped out of WrestleMania is, no surprise, Roman Reigns. And he took himself out of the Universal Heavyweight title match. So now Goldberg doesn't have an opponent. The rumors have been flying around rampant that it's Braun Strowman that has taken Roman Reigns' spot at WrestleMania against Goldberg. I can see that. It makes sense. On the total whole picture thing, yes, Braun Strowman makes sense to be put in that spot. But I have tinfoil hat theories, and some of those actually kind of make sense too, if you think about it.
The one I want to see happen, and as far as the Braun stuff goes, he did just lose the Intercontinental title. It's like going, but this goes into I think the bigger problem with WWE is they built up like 2 or 3 top flight stars, and then everybody else is way below in the next tier, where like they had built up Braun a couple of years ago to be up at that tier, and then they didn't capitalize on it. So you sit there and you leave him middling around where he's not doing much, then you have him win the Intercontinental title, and then almost immediately lose it. Now it was extraneous circumstances, but he lost the Intercontinental title. Why should he get a Universal Heavyweight Championship match? That would be my question. Now one interesting thing that I would actually prefer to see at this point, I want to see the original Bro, Matt Riddle, go against Goldberg, because I think Goldberg would
he'd be stiff as hell.
Well, and the thing is, because Matt Riddle is an MMA dude, he could defend himself.
Yeah.
So I think it would be interesting to see them beat the whole hell out of each other and just get whatever shit is out of their system.
Yeah. So that was actually one of my tinfoil hat theories. Like I could see, because they're talking about like how an NXT star is supposed to be making his WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania. A lot of people are speculating that the person who's going to be making his debut is I think it's Austin Theory, who's supposed to be taking Andrade's spot, who's hurt in the tag team match, which I just.
Yeah.
The coronavirus ruined fucking WrestleMania. It did. At the end of the day, the coronavirus ruined WrestleMania because these things happen, and you know what? Roman Reigns not being in this match is the right thing. He has a compromised immune system. He's battled leukemia twice, and some of I don't think his most recent bout with leukemia, because they have new ways of combating cancer that don't destroy your immune system. But I think 13 years ago when he battled it, I think he probably had like radiation and chemotherapy, which killed his immune system. So if that dude gets sick,
even with WrestleMania, they're keeping Jerry Lawler away because
he's 900 years old.
Right. So they're like keeping the king home. On top of that, and I don't know if this compromises your immune system, but I mean, he almost died from a heart attack, like 6 or 7 years ago. So I would say that is another good reason to keep the king home. I doubt Vince McMahon is staying home unless they have a way for him to. I'm sure there's a way for him to produce from nowhere near the arena if they want him
He's
to.
wearing a fucking hazmat suit. Let's be serious.
Yeah, like an ET.
Yeah. He looks like what you drew in the Lights episode. But then again, it's Vince McMahon, and he's like, well, if I'm not going to have you guys do something I want to do personally, so obviously Vince is there. There's no fucking way Vince is not there. You have in the words, and I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it, in the words of the late, great, legendary John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you have a better chance of picking up sticks with your butt cheeks than you do with Vince McMahon not being in the building for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So. My tinfoil hat theories, I actually threw out to you, and you were like, no. And a lot of people were like, stop, and they said a lot of things. Why not Kevin Nash? Hear me out. Okay. This is how you. Because right now, I have zero interest in WrestleMania. I'm going to watch this because I'm a wrestling fan for over 30 years, and it's fucking WrestleMania. I have to watch it. Unless it's an absolute fucking shit bomb, which I expect it to be. And even if it is, I watched last year Champions 13 and the Tiger King. So I basically have to watch WrestleMania next weekend. And I want Kevin Nash. This is the only way it's going to save it for me. Kevin Nash gets named as Goldberg's opponent. As Kevin Nash is making his way to the ring, Goldberg's like, what the fuck is going on here? Scott Hall comes out with a taser, and he fucking tases Goldberg like they did in their match back in the 90s. And he's all fucking jittering in the ring. Kevin Nash comes in there. I really don't think that Kevin Nash is going to be able to hit a jackknife power bomb on him anyway. But he'll do something to fucking hit Goldberg and pin 1, 2, 3. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are celebrating. And all of a sudden, Hulk Hogan's music comes on. He makes his way to the ring. And there's this stare down and they're talking shit. And Hulk Hogan, before anything else happens, Hulk Hogan pokes Kevin Nash. Finger Poking Doom 2.0.
Now, should he do it with a glove on?
Absolutely. And they have to be, and it's either, I don't know if it's going to be NWO, black and white gloves that he's wearing, or if he's going to somehow find red and yellow gloves, which he did, and he hits him with the Finger Poke of Doom. It would be great if you hit him with the Finger Poke of Doom and then ran off and hit the fucking leg drop, because I'd pay any amount of money to see Hogan hit him with a leg drop.
So I've heard Hogan can't do a leg drop anymore because of how messed up his back is.
So the Finger Poke of Doom would be perfect! Hogan covers Kevin Nash. It's just going to be a shame because I'm not going to be able to get Scott Steiner into the building to jump around like a fucking asshole, like the first time they did that shit. I fucking hate fucking Scott Steiner.
I'm glad to hear that he is getting back to health, though.
So fuck him.
Yeah.
But that's one way for me that you can actually save WrestleMania for me for this next weekend. Hulk Hogan walks out as WWE champion.
Would he retire as champion then?
Absolutely.
All right.
Although he's over that threshold of the age that you have to stay away, so he'll be there. That's the only way they wouldn't do it. I'm pretty sure that even if they had that, Ric Flair would still find a way to show up if he won the title the 17th time.
And speaking of Ric Flair, it was brought up when we were discussing The Rock, that The Rock's production company is going to be doing a movie on Ric Flair's life.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I finally watched the Fighting With My Family movie that The Rock's production company did about Paige's life. Considering I did not think promos did or the commercials made it look terrible, it wasn't half bad. There were things about it where I thought they kind of glossed over a bit her time at NXT. But in general, it was about her overcoming a lot of things to, win the Divas Championship that first time, and how that was her life dream, and in general, I thought it was pretty decent. So if the Rock's company gets a chance to tell Ric Flair's story, Cool.
They had to do a fucking miniseries like Tiger King, though, to get Ric Flair's entire story. I mean, you'd have to cover both plane crashes. You'd have to cover all 97 of his marriages. You'd have to cover his NWA time, his WCW time, his first run at WWF, his return to WCW. You'd have to tell his second time when he returned to WWE. You'd have to tell his TNA side of the story. You'd have to talk about the Four Horsemen. You'd have to talk about Evolution.
You'd have to talk about the time when he and Adam discovered dirt, and when he was at the crucifixion of Jesus.
He was the one that told Noah that he could only have two of every animal on the boat.
He's been there forever.
I mean, he actually hit a flare chop on one of the gorillas too.
Yeah. So Flair's seen it done a lot. So telling that story, I mean, especially if they're trying to do it in one movie in 2 hours, that's a tough thing to do. I don't know if they're going to have to do like some other biopics out there where literally they just take a chunk of time and just try to tell that chunk of time as opposed to, I mean, you can't put that to a career in 2 hours. That's like impossible.
You would need like a 12-part miniseries, hour long each episode, to get all of Ric Flair's story, and especially Ric Flair. I mean,
there's 3/4 of it will be in the bar. And banging chicks on Space Mountain.
Yeah. I mean, they did a hell of a job covering a lot of the bases in the Ric Flair 30 for 30. And I'm pretty sure that was the longest 30 for 30 that they've ever made. So, and they didn't cover everything. They just touched on bits and pieces of his career. But I'd be curious to see how that would look.
And speaking of like biography and documentary type stuff, they just released the first episode of Dark Side of the Ring,
season 2,
and it was about the Chris Benoit stuff, basically Chris Benoit's life, but it gets more in depth than that. They go very in depth about his friendship with Eddie Guerrero and how that really changed him, and the way they ended it. It's like, damn it. Gonna make me wait another week or however long before you put out episode 2. All right, but like very well done, and you know they literally got everybody basically important to his life that they could.
Chavo Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho,
his son,
David.
His sister-in-law, former sister-in-law. I mean, Vicky Guerrero. You name it, they got basically everybody they could have had an integral part in his life who's still alive.
Yep, I agree.
So.
And that didn't turn out to be a two-part episode because there was just so much to cover. Season episode 2 of season 2, the actual second episode is about you go from Chris Benoit to fucking New Jack. What the fuck?
You know what one I'm actually most interested in out of all of these? The one on Dino Bravo. Dino Bravo,
I really enjoyed that.
For people who are younger, Dino Bravo was a mid-carder from the late 80s, early 90s, who was a Canadian strongman who allegedly during one of the Royal Rumbles broke the bench press mark that was held by a man named Ted Arcidi, who actually was in WWF for a short time. But Dino Bravo supposedly broke the record at WrestleMania. Dino Bravo went on to the biggest feuds I remember were him against Hacksaw Jim Duggan for the most part. And he had other ones to note, but that was one I remember most. But Bravo, at one point, I think he was let go from WWE, and what he started doing is he was a strongman for the mob up in Canada, and ended up getting contacts, supposedly, where he was able to get cigarettes that were not taxed at a very low price, and then would resell them. And because he was on TV, a lot of people went to him because they knew of him. And supposedly the figures within the mob up in Canada were not fond of this. And supposedly that is the reason why he was taken out by the Canadian mob.
And it's interesting because obviously in all the years that there's been professional wrestling, because wrestling has been around for decades and decades and decades. And obviously there's been wrestlers who, like Bruno Sammartino, who just died because of natural causes of being old and everything. But there's always a lot of wrestlers who have died at younger ages because of whether it's like a heart attack or an overdose or a car accident or whatever it was. Tino Bravo is the only wrestler that when you go on his page and it says like Tino Bravo born blah 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 died, whatever it was, and it says cause of death, assassination.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, Brainless One, correct me if I'm wrong. Dark Side of the Ring hasn't done Brett yet.
Brett they have not done one on Bret the Hitman Hart yet.
They did Bruiser Brody.
They did Randy Savage.
Yep.
They did. Hold on, I gotta really think about this because I've seen them. I saw all the.
Yeah. I mean, they were all really well put together documentaries. Part one of the Chris Benoit, really good storytelling, getting first-hand information from the people who actually heard and knew of him.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck. I can't remember. There was some other really good ones.
Keep going.
But the new chat one. I'm really intrigued by the Dino Bravo one because how I found out that Dino Bravo died was I was at a 7-Eleven with my dad, and it was literally like in the corner of the WWF magazine that they used to have back in the day, and it was like memorial to Dino Bravo, and I'm like, holy shit, Dino Bravo died?
You know what? It says they did one on it, right? They did one on the
Montreal Screwjob. That's right. I forgot about that. That's right. It was.
The Pirates,
yep.
Gino Hernandez and the Fabulous Moolah. That's correct.
The Moolah is the only one that I have not seen of all of those ones.
I saw the Moolah one. It was good. It was good.
They did the one on Montreal Screwjob. How the fuck did I forget about that one? They had to do that in the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh, yeah, because that's when they, remember Jim Cornette said, I'm the one who came up with it, and you were like, what will Corey think about this?
And Corey was like, it's like that meme with Supergirl with two buttons, and it's like be mad at Sean for, or like worship James E. Cornette, be pissed at James E. Cornette for being the mastermind behind Bret Hart. That's exactly what, and I'm like, that's, Corey was at a loss for words.
Right.
He still hasn't really fully recovered from that. But actually, Ted Arcidi, since we're on the conversation of WrestleMania, Ted Arcidi actually was in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 2, because it was like a who's who of wrestlers. That was also, you know who else was in that match?
William the Refrigerator Perry.
Obviously. You know who else was in that match?
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart made his WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 2 in that Battle Royal. That was won by Andre the Giant. Russ Francis was in there. Harvey Martin, Pedro Morales, and one Bruno Sammartino was also in that match. I believe that Russ Francis was the wrestler or the football player who lasted the longest, I think they said. I think he got eliminated after.
And Big John Studd was in that, and Big John Studd
eliminated the Fridge, and then the Fridge went to shake his hand and pulled John Studd out of the match. And
Yep.
Bret Hart was actually the last person eliminated from that Battle Royal too. Also, Bret Hart was the first person to participate in the Royal Rumble match itself.
Right.
One of the first two, I should say.
Yeah.
The original inaugural Royal Rumble won by.
Ho! WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan had the pleasure of partying with for a night.
Yes, that's amazing. Yeah, you had the pleasure of partying, drinking Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I called him a janitor.
You did?
I did.
All right. So Chris is actually saying that after the New Jack one, they're going to do one on Brawl for All, which ended up ruining the career of Steve Williams, Dr. Death, in WWF. I love Dr. Death when he was in NWA and WCW, and like they always made a big deal out of him and Terry Bam Bam Gordy from their tours to Japan, and they were a big deal there. But I always dug Dr. Death, but he was part of the varsity club with Rick Steiner, Mike Rotunda, Kevin Sullivan. So I always thought Dr. Death should have been a bit more, and JR thought he should have been a bit more, but after he got knocked the hell out by Bart Gunn, that ruined his push. And JR was pissed off at Bart Gunn for that. It's like, dude, you said you wanted this to be legit. So
I don't blame Bart Gunn for what he did. But, and at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with the fact that Butterbean knocked him the fuck out of WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, quickly.
Knocked him the fuck out.
So
could have been worse if they put him in the ring with Mike Tyson.
So Monsep is saying that he would like to see Dark Side of the Ring about Owen Hart.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, not that it was like the exclusive thing that they talked about, but I would say that Wrestling with Shadows did a pretty good job of getting into that, but I don't think you'll ever get Owen's widow to ever talk about that. So I think we would kind of need her perspective to really bring it home. And most of the people that were surrounding Owen at the time aren't with us anymore. Brett's still around, and he would love to talk about it. I'm sure Natalia would love to talk about it too.
Tyson Kidd would probably be somebody. Davey Boy's kid would be somebody to talk about.
But like, I don't think Owen's wife or his kids would even discuss it. If they were able to get them to discuss it in a way, then I think maybe.
I would be 100%.
But in my view, I think that those would be the people I would want to hear from, because I've heard from like everybody else. I have, but yeah, that it would be an interesting episode. So
I agree.
Thanks for tuning in, Chris. Thanks for sharing. We always appreciate that. And for anybody out there, make sure you like our page, share what's going on. Make sure you subscribe, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram,
What's up, Chris?
or anything else. We're at DFNMARKS, DFNMarks, and we also go live on Facebook on the Wrestling Marks page, and it's at facebook.com/WrestleMarks. Make sure you set the notifications when we go live, so when we go live you can see us and chime in. So appreciate everybody who joins us every week. So.
Oh, 169 episodes worth.
Yeah.
169. Yeah, we talked about Gronkowski. That's the best part about episode 169.
Yes. So there'll be some interesting topics coming up on Dark Side of the Ring.
I agree. And I'm trying to think if there's any other like possible stories that they could do.
There's so many. Like
I love the Jake the Snake one too.
Well, I mean, the Jake the Snake documentary that they did for WWE back in, I think, 2006, that's really good. Dark shit went on in that dude's life. Holy shit.
Like, I mean, they could have done the Iron Sheik one, but Sheik had the fucking documentary done on him anyway.
Yeah, he had his own crew to it. I mean, any wrestler who's been in the business for a long time has stories. I mean, one of the ones I would love to hear it covered and them just talk about, like, in anecdotes, would be the night where Andre drank like 140 beers or whatever. So when WWF was finally implementing their drug policy after the steroid trial, and then they were like, all right, boys, we're going to start testing you for this, 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 and this. They had like one more night out of town where supposedly Vince McMahon joined the boys at a bar. They're like doing all sorts of illicit drugs allegedly, and like later on in the evening, they decided, the Heart Foundation was there, and they decided that they were going to do the heart attack to Vince McMahon. So apparently, allegedly, the story I read is that they did. And then the Heart Foundation egged on the Legion of Doom and said, like, you guys won't do your thing to him. So then they did the Doomsday device, allegedly, in a bar to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. But, like, I would love to have something about that. I would love something on the plane ride from hell. I would love to hear stuff like that. Because like, plane ride from hell essentially is what got Mr. Perfect fired from WWE. And he was, I think, wrestling with Brock Lesnar, and Lesnar ended up having no problem with it. And Lesnar just didn't care. Like he and Lesnar were actually good friends. So I don't know if Vince or the people in charge are like, this dude's got a drug issue, because, I mean, unfortunately, that's eventually what killed Mr. Perfect within a couple of years. So I wouldn't. I'd love to hear those stories like a little bit more in depth. So
I agree. And I'm still trying to figure out like what other stories I would like to hear. I mean, obviously, I could go on and on about what stories they have covered on Dark Side of the Ring, but I mean, that's for another time and day and all that stuff.
Well, on stuff like Scott Hall, when they did do the E60 on Scott Hall, which did a pretty good job of discussing him, but yeah, he had an interesting life too.
Could you imagine a Dark Side of the Ring on the Fabulous Freebirds?
Yeah,
that Bam Gordy and Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes
and Buddy Rogers.
And Buddy Rogers.
Unfortunately, Dick Rogers is still alive, but like he smoked a lot, so he's got one of the devices, so he can't really speak well these days. But there's so much that they can discuss. But anyway, I guess we can circle back a little bit to WrestleMania, because supposedly the Edge versus Orton last man standing match has already happened. Obviously, they're keeping this very tight-lipped because WrestleMania is next weekend. We don't know who's won any of these things, but Edge and Orton apparently have already had their match, and I believe the taping schedule was Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday this week, and they've got most of WrestleMania done supposedly. So, you got that. You got the Boneyard match. Now you have this Firefly Funhouse match. Allegedly, possibly Morrison versus Uso. So lots of gimmick stuff. And I almost feel like they kind of have to do that to try to make this feel like a little bit more special, so to speak. Just because they can't do it with fireworks. They can't do it with having these elaborate entrances. They've got to do something else. So I think they're gimmicking this up as best they could and seeing what they can figure out. It'll be interesting. But if they pull this off where this is not the worst WrestleMania ever, I'll be like, good on you, Vince McMahon, for figuring something out.
And just think about where the bar is. That's WrestleMania 9. If you haven't seen WrestleMania 9 to understand what we're talking about, go back on the WWE Network. It's free for everybody right now. They're streaming everything live on they're streaming WWE Network. Everybody, it's free, and just go in there and check it out. You'll understand. The Undertaker has wrestled 8 million times at WrestleMania. This is his worst match during his streak, and it was very early on in the streak. The fact that El Gigante was in that match, you should have an idea why, how bad it is.
I have such a weird affinity for bad matches and bad WrestleManias. I have watched WrestleMania 9 probably more than any other human being in the world, even though it's trash. I, for whatever reason, the Macho Man fucking up calling chloroform, I can smell the chloroform from here.
You can't really smell.
Exactly. But so much crap like that. The shit show that was Hulk Hogan somehow coming out and winning the WWF title, and the fact that he had gotten punched in the eye by somebody recently, brother, because he had a giant black eye. He and Brutus, who had lost to Money Inc. earlier in the evening, and Hogan comes out later. It's so much about this is such a shit show, but for me, it's the Clash of 13 Champions, or Clash of Champions 13 version of WrestleMania. I just can't turn away. Giant Gonzalez in a fucking man suit made to look like a Sasquatch? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with Harvey Whippleman as his manager? Oh, so bad it's good, man. So bad it's good.
Bill Alfonso was a referee for that match.
But literally, you had JR in his first debuting in WWF. You had Bobby Heenan and the Macho Man. And Gorilla Monsoon was the host. Literally, you had all these iconic figures in wrestling history, and that's what happened. If I'm remembering right, I think Gorilla Monsoon was in a toga with them when they were reading the proclamation at the beginning of it.
He was.
And
Bobby came running on a camel.
Backwards.
Yep.
You sure it was a camel? I thought it was an elephant. And
I think Savage came in on an elephant, and Heenan came in backwards on a camel.
It could be right.
I think I both of those reversed too.
So,
that's the bar. That's the bar where it's set.
WrestleMania 2 is pretty low on that bar, even though, again, I have an affinity for the blue steel cage match between Bundy and Hogan just because I watched it a gajillion times when I was a kid and I thought it was great, even though when I watch it now I'm like going, this match really isn't that good. But Hogan bleeding and the storyline going up into there where Bundy had broken allegedly half of Hogan's ribs on that Saturday main event card where Morocco was holding it down and he kept on giving him splashes after splashes. Fuck, great. Love it.
And then there was WrestleMania 11, the abortion of all WrestleManias.
Montez said he loves to hate WrestleMania 6. WrestleMania 6, I think there was some good stuff and there was some shit. It was Andre the Giant's swan song in WWF.
Wrestling-wise. Him and Haku took on Demolition.
And he turned back face, and it was the last time anybody ever saw him.
No, because
he went with Bushwhackers at SummerSlam and was with them when they went against the Natural Disasters. That's right.
And then he died not too long after that.
Well, the crazy thing was he showed up on WCW TV for, I forgot, it was some sort of memorial for somebody, and like a month before he died, he actually had a match in Japan. And it's kind of sad to see it, but where he had a couple of, as he was walking to the ring, he had to have two people in front of him so he could balance himself as he walked there. Literally, he just, he stood in the corner when he got into the ring, he had to do things where he was close to the ropes. But the guy went and did what he did, he knew he was going to die for a long time, just didn't know exactly when, he just kept on performing until the last breath, basically.
He died like the day of his dad's funeral.
Yeah. So, WrestleMania 6 had Demolition regaining the World Tag Team Championship from the Colossal Connection, and Andre beating up Bobby Heenan. Obviously, Hogan versus the Warrior brother. It's weird, if you list off matches, it'll probably be dominoes on my mind, but I'm not remembering many other matches from that card.
I'm trying to remember myself, because I know for a fact that, I know Mr. Perfect had some kind of a match on the card, obviously, he had a match on the card. But I remember, I'm thinking about it, did he fight Luger? I'm like, no, he fought Lex Luger, I think at 9, I think it was Mr. Perfect and Lex Luger. But, off the top of my head, you typed it in.
I'm trying to figure it out right now. Keep going.
is one of the ones that I haven't watched as much because of the fact that it upset me that the Warrior beat Hogan for the title.
Earthquake beat Hercules, I remember that match. Heart Foundation beat the Bolsheviks. Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire with Miss Elizabeth defeated Queen Sherry and Randy Savage. Rick Rude defeated Jimmy Snuka.
Oh my God, the Orient Express, Sean O's favorite tag team, defeated the Rockers.
Big Boss Man defeated a team, so the Twin Towers get separated there.
That was Boss Man turned face.
Yep. Barbarian defeated Tito Santana. Rick Martel defeated WWF Hall of Famer Coco Beware. I think there's something messed up there because the Hall of Famer is the wrong one in that match.
Yeah.
Paul Roma defeated the Brooklyn Brawler. That was
our dark match though.
Bad News Brown defeated and Roddy Piper in the double countout. That match has a whole lot of controversy to it because of how Piper painted himself. That was crazy. That would not be allowed today. And Brutus Beefcake defeated Mr. Perfect.
Yep. Rick Rude defeated Jimmy Snuka.
Yes.
Ted DiBiase defeated Jake the Snake and retained the $1 million championship.
So that was WrestleMania 6. Yeah, like once I started reading that, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this match. I remember what happened in this match. But WrestleMania 6, not too terribly bad. But for me, like I think WrestleMania 27 is a bad one. There was 2.5 good matches. Like I think that was the one with Punk and Orton. That was pretty good. I thought Triple H Undertaker was the match of the night. And I think Rey Mysterio had a match where it wasn't half bad. But almost everything else was a terrible abomination. Yeah. Like even the main event, The Miz versus Cena, like obviously the angle wasn't the biggest thing for that because that was setting up for the main event for the next 2 years at WrestleMania. So, yeah. So, all right, so Monsef brought up another good dark side of the ring, talking about the Click. That would be a good one.
That would be a good one.
So, but for me, 27 was pretty shitty. Like, actually, from I would say, like, I think 24's aged a little bit better than I thought. I know you hate the Mayweather match, but like when I first saw it, I'm like, eh. But like when I go back and watch it, I'm like, you know what? It was pretty good. Like the Flair versus Michaels match was for me the match of the night.
Of course,
they had some good stuff, but like the Triple H versus Orton match, which was like the main event. Like they did a great build up, but the match sucked. Like they tried to do the thing at the beginning of the match where they hit each other with a finishing move, and like instead of like the finishing move at the end of the match, I dug the fact that they were trying to do something different, but the match itself, after that build up, was such a fucking letdown. Triple H has that ability to build up things well and then not and then put it all over the place. Although you might not agree with this. I thought his match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32 was actually really good.
I actually thought his match with Batista last year actually delivered very well.
And it's a crazy
story and everything. And
but Batista had a better career-ending match than Kurt Angle, which is sad. But should. And ironically, one of the things that we did last night is like going, you know what's going on with SmackDown? What's going on with this build-up for WrestleMania? It's like, I don't feel like watching it. The arenas like let's watch WrestleMania 35. And I think we're both kind of like, all right, we're not going to watch all 20 hours of WrestleMania 35. We'll get through as much as we can.
Which is funny because that's exactly what the joke I was going to do. I was like, we made it a third of the way through, 6 hours worth.
Yeah,
I turned it off. I ended up lasting a little bit longer. I turned it off right before Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. I love the fact that Drew McIntyre had the NYPD band playing his, playing for him in there, wearing their kilts and everything. It was fantastic. But I was like, I can't. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, I can't make it all 87 hours of it. Because I already know I'm gonna have to, put in for like another 18 and a half years next weekend to watch all 55 billion hours of WrestleMania next weekend. And
well, at least it's spread out between a couple days. But another one that like the ending of it ended up being good, and then there were a couple other matches in it that were alright. WrestleMania 4 was kind of crappy. I loved the idea of the tournament, but we ended up getting shortchanged on a lot of matches where, like, because they had to keep it moving along, a lot of the matches had to be super quick. And they had an opportunity with that tournament. They could have had the rematch of Steamboat and Randy Savage, but they decided to go in a different direction with it. But like, a lot of the matches just weren't that good. The end of it with Macho Man winning the title, and Hogan was going away to do no holds barred, and that jump started the Mega Powers and jump started the feud that would culminate here later at WrestleMania 5. Mm-hmm. But in general, that was not a great WrestleMania. But I know you were at WrestleMania 11, and that was not one of the great ones.
It's funny because I always make fun of WrestleMania 11 because Kevin Nash is very vocal about, like, he made fun of Kevin Owens, and I have my issues with Kevin Owens. I've had my issues with Kevin Owens for 3.5 years now, and say what you will, Kevin Nash said, I look at you, Kevin Owens, and I don't see you as a main event caliber guy, as like the star or the face of the company. And Kevin Owens responds to him and be like, hey, remember the one WrestleMania that you were World Heavyweight Champion in, and you weren't even in the main event of that WrestleMania, which was the WrestleMania I went to because I was going to say, why do you always get so easily distracted? I thought you were going to pull up WrestleMania's card. I remember WrestleMania 11's card like it was yesterday.
I was like, I remember 11 was a shit show, but I was like going, what about 12? What was on 12? And like, I knew the last man standing match, or not the last man standing. I knew that we had the Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels, but other than that,
are you kidding me? WrestleMania 12? We had not one, not two, but three absolute legends make WrestleMania debuts in that one. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin going up against Savio Vega. You had Goldust and Roddy Piper in one of the most iconic moments of WrestleMania.
And that's one of my favorite WrestleMania matches.
And my favorite WrestleMania matches on there, that was when Triple H took longer to get into the ring than his match against the Ultimate Warrior happened. Are you kidding me? WrestleMania 12 is WrestleMania 12 makes up for the fact that WrestleMania 11 sucked.
The Ultimate Warrior Hunter Helmsley match, according to this, was a minute and 39 seconds.
I think it took Triple H like 2 minutes and 18 seconds to get into the ring too.
So,
and the Undertaker and Diesel, and Kevin Nash came out and said that if I had actually stayed in WWE longer, I would have been the one that ended the streak. Like, Kevin, shut the fuck up.
So he ended up, I ended Goldberg's streak.
I hate Kevin Nash. I like Kevin Nash the actor, I don't like Kevin Nash the wrestler. Kevin Nash the actor is actually pretty fucking funny.
See, for me, Kevin Nash, the wrestler, he was like the cool heel, but like Kevin Nash, the person is the one I'm not. He loves himself.
Oh yeah.
Just like Doc Ankiel, what is that his name?
Doc Ankiel, I think, yeah, Doc something. Loves
Doc Ankiel, or whatever. Dude from Tiger King.
Kevin Nash loves himself as much as Adam West loves taffy.
And he's a man who enjoys his taffy.
Yeah. But, yeah, 12 was actually an epic wrestling. I love WrestleMania 12.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of the fact that you had Steve Austin, who was the GOAT of GOATs, who was GOAT more than GOATs. I remember GOAT in the history of GOATdom. And the fact that you had the legendary Warrior versus Triple H match, which years later, when Triple H was building up his match versus Sheamus, and he goes, "No, I did Sheamus for my debut. I went out there and found the biggest dog. I could in the yard, and I got buried. And I'm like, yeah. And it was after that match against Ultimate Warrior, you realized you needed the golden shovel, you fucking dick.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can sit here and talk for hours and hours on that about WrestleMania, but it's Saturday. It's actually pretty decent outside. I know a lot of you are probably out there, self-quarantining yourself, self-isolating yourselves, and you have a lot to do. So I'd say we just get into the good and bad and brains.
Absolutely.
Because I have a feeling that sometime in the future we're going to have plenty of episodes. We're not going to have anything to talk about.
Right.
But I'm amazed by the fact that everything that's going on right now, where there's not a lot of shit going on wrestling-wise, that we actually were able to come up with a good, bad, and brainless. So, Jay, I defer to you as always to go first. What is your good for this week?
I guess I'm going to go. I was going to go in a different direction when we started the show, but you know what? Now that we discussed a couple things, I'm going with the Brody Lee segment on AEW. The fact that they ribbed Vince McMahon and Vince McMahon and/or apparently people in WWE were not happy with it. Good on Brody Lee. They deserve that. They mistreated, underutilized everything with Brody Lee. I dug this.
That's not a bad one. That was where I was actually tossing between back and forth what I was going to go with. But for me, my good for this week is Roman Reigns. With everything going on with the coronavirus, and the fact that WrestleMania is next week, and they're in panic mode, trying to get everything recorded because
Orlando is shutting down. They're not letting anybody anywhere, so they need to shoot it.
They need to be shot by, I believe Thursday night was the deadline to have everything shot and taken care of and everything. And Roman Reigns, who was supposed to be fighting Goldberg for the Universal Championship, chose his health and well-being over being in a high-profile match at WrestleMania. Good on you, Roman Reigns. You are one of the wrestlers I've done a complete 180 on since over the last couple of years. I'm glad that you have actually proven to everybody that the person is more important than the entity of what is WWE, WrestleMania, and all that stuff. So Roman, I applaud you for actually going up there and saying, no, I'm not going to put myself at risk just so I can try to achieve that golden ring. So Roman, you get my good for this week.
Right.
Is that a bad good or is that a good?
No, I dig it. Yeah.
What is your bad for this week?
I don't know. In general, it's still this, I don't like seeing the empty arenas, and I know they can't really do anything about that. But again, it feels like practice, and WrestleMania season does not feel special in any way right now. I am not hyped for this show, and I'm sad that I'm not hyped for this show. I'm hyped for a couple of matches. I hope they can pull it off. Chris had chimed in on the chat at one point saying he had heard whispers of something that is going to cause wrestling fans on day one to lose their minds, like in a bad way. So I don't know. So.
Wow. Oh, it's in my turn?
Yeah, it's
sorry, I didn't know you were done. My fault. All right. So my bad for this week goes like this. So they shot NXT and AEW and they did the NXT show and the Dynamite show on Wednesday as normal. And as normal practice goes, NXT lost to AEW in the ratings. But of all the things that was actually played on television, or shot on television, or whatever it was on actual television, something wrestling related actually won the night. As the replay of WrestleMania 30 on ESPN got more viewers than AEW and NXT. So proving to everybody that an empty arena of all this wrestling going on is finishing behind a wrestling show that was recorded 6 years ago and getting replayed on ESPN. So that was actually, even though AEW might have felt like they took a big win this week, they took a big L losing the WrestleMania 30 ratings war.
All right.
I had to bring that up.
Okay. I'm going in an uncharted direction for my brainless this week. Originally, this was going to be my good, bad, and brainless. But I figured I'd keep it more wrestling related. But for my brainless this week, I'm going with the Tiger King. I was going to go with the Tiger King to be my good, bad, and brainless. And now, mind you, the thing that ties it slightly back to wrestling is Jinder Mahal had his picture taken with Joe Exotic from the Tiger King, and I saw it posted somewhere on social media.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm going with the Tiger King, and just in general, the intelligence level seemingly of almost every person in that documentary, Brainless. But literally, this thing could have been my good, bad, and brainless for the week.
There was a part of me that really wanted to have that be in some way, shape, or form part of my thing. And I was actually going to make my Joe Exotic. I was going to make Joe Exotic my brainless because of the fact that he got caught on camera. I can't even
Don't ruin it for everybody else.
But it's just what he ended up doing in the last, the second or last episode of the, I think it was second to last, I think it was episode 6. What he did, it's like, holy fuck, how fucking stupid can you be? But my brainless this week is going, once again, I think it was just like last week, Vince McMahon. This coronavirus is out here, and it's wreaking havoc. We just found out, I think it was either Thursday or Friday, that the United States now has more cases than any other country in the world. No surprise, really, if you ask me. Even though it's developed in China, and China has more people than us, it really doesn't surprise me because I'm convinced that the United States is more retarded than any other country in the world because we have fucking retards. Putting it out there. But the reason I'm going to give Vince McMahon my brainless is because of the fact that he just keeps going forward with WrestleMania. The smart move would have been to just have postponed it and had it in the summer. I understand you have storylines that you need to have get culminated at WrestleMania because that's what you're building towards. But you're going to look like a fucking dumbass when you're sitting there with your thumb up your ass because you're not going to be able to do anything after this week anyway. So
according to Chris Brown, just so I don't want to ruin my brainless here, but he said that they have tape through April.
Wow.
So WWF will be able to have programming, actual new content through April.
God damn it.
But even so, that doesn't mean once May starts, isn't necessarily going to be when we're clear from this. The United States right now, the trajectory, they believe we're going to peak in May, April with the coronavirus and start going down. But just because it starts going down doesn't mean they're going to open everything up.
Just remember it like this. NBA has shut down business, and they've been shut down for weeks now. Same thing with the NHL. Major League Baseball has stopped doing their spring trainings. Major League Baseball said that they are not going to start the season until all the health ramifications have been gone away, until they lift all the bans on all the groups of people, and where they're not going to risk their players or the fans' health issues by this. So there's a possibility that Major League Baseball won't even get played this year.
Literally, the Olympics, which are never, ever postponed or anything, have been postponed till next year. Olympics aren't due to happen until August. I know there are things like they have to do the Olympic trials as far as you getting onto your team, but it literally does not take place until August, and they have postponed the
Kentucky Derby, which has been ran over 140 times, 140 years at the Kentucky Derby. They never cancel it. They moved that back to September, and it's not until the first Saturday in May. So, Vince McMahon, this is the reason why you are my brainless. You are having people drop out because they want to self-quarantine themselves. There are people who have who feel like they want to quarantine themselves because they feel like they can get sick, or they are getting sick, so they're out of WrestleMania. You have the Miz who could potentially have the coronavirus. Roman Reigns dropped out. At some point, Vince, you just need to take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, it's not really worth what I'm doing to risk all of my superstars from getting sick and having potentially fatal. Somebody could die from it. People have died from it. We had over 9,000 people in the world die from the coronavirus. 9,000. I understand that in the grand scheme, 9,000 out of 7.5 billion people doesn't seem like it's a lot, but 9,000 is not something you can just
The PR that would happen if one of the wrestlers passed away from the coronavirus would be ridiculous.
Yep.
I don't know if WWE would recover from that.
No.
It took them a while to recover PR-wise and what have you from the Chris Benoit stuff.
Yep.
That was not something they could have foreseen in my view. Where this, they certainly could have avoided things.
Yeah, they could absolutely. They could have just like, all right, we're done. Imagine if it was Roman Reigns. We got to be out of business. In my opinion.
I think if any of them got sick because they were asked to go to a taping, I think that it would. I don't know if it would kill them immediately, but I think long term people would be like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it would certainly turn me off. Like, there are many things that make me, as one of those WWE fans that's barely hanging out, most notably the Saudi Arabia stuff. But like, there are some things they do. It's like, what the fuck? Where like, I definitely would prefer to keep people safe at this point.
Agreed. Because people's health and well-being is more important at the end of the day.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to get all pissed off, and I'm not drinking.
Yeah. All right.
But I think that's. I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
If you like what you see, whether you're watching us on Periscope, Facebook, or YouTube, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Periscope, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. At the letter T, the letter H, the letter E, the letter F, the letter N, MARKS, the F and Marks. If you like, follow, and subscribe to us, we will like, follow, and subscribe to you back. That's always been our motto. Also, make sure you tune into the Wrestling Marks page, which is facebook.com/WrestleMarks. And you set up notifications so that when we do go live, you know that we are going live on the Wrestling Marks page.
And next week will be the Wrestlemania show. I don't know. I honestly don't know when we'll do it, since WrestleMania and Art will be on Saturday. I don't know if we're going to do ourselves a pre-show here or if we're going to do it Friday night. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
And I call it a hunch. I don't think Jeff's going to be here for the show next week. I've seen crazy shit happen. So,
but hey, if there's a way we could video conference him in,
that would be fucking awesome. So, or if we could get like in a week, we can come up with a cardboard cutout of Jeff.
Right.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Preferably him with the princess crown on.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. I think you know that. But I think that's it.
That's it, I guess.
Wait. There's one more thing.
What's that?
Because Bobby, that is because on today, and an incredible feat of wrestling performance has occurred, and it's still occurring. Something that has been going on for over 5 years, and that is because today, March 28th of 2020, at 1,896 days, Edward Marsh, Hall of Fame, Curtis Axel, still alive in 2015. Yeah! This time I'm going to like share my words with you.
I'm still scared you're gonna punch me. So I know you. I know you do your best.
Like this way.
I'm scared you're gonna punch me.
The only time you should really be scared is if I do the Emerald 40 hands and then do that. And I'd probably punch a lot of people.
Yeah.
But anyway, for episode 169 of the Epic Marks Podcast,
I'm Jay.
and I am the greatest one. Make sure you mark out.
With your walkout. See you, everybody.
Thank you again.
Boom.